We're here to talk about MCP. We're going to cover the basics and then get into some examples, ways you can use this with your Marqii data. Some of you might have realized Claude was down a little bit earlier today, so I've pre-pulled some examples and then we can do some live examples if Claude cooperates. Um, like I said, I'm Kelsey. I'm the VP of Marketing here at Marqii. And when it comes to MCP and using Claude and AI for data, we are doing this internally as well as building it for our restaurant partners with our platform. So we're excited to chat with you all about this today. Like I said, what we're going to cover, we're going to talk about what is the MCP, how to get it connected. I would encourage you now, if you don't have it pulled up, pull up your LLM of choice, whether it's Claude or ChatGPT. Unfortunately, MCPs don't work yet with Google, but I hear that the Gemini team's working on that as well. Pull it up, connect it in real time, and play along as we go through these examples. You can start, if you haven't already incorporated it, you can start digging around in your Marqii data and using the MCP right now during this live session. We will answer questions as we go. Drop your questions into the chat here if you have them, and then we'll also have Q&A at the end. We have some great Marqii team members also in the chat, so if I don't have an answer, I have backup, and if none of us know, we'll find the answer for you. So what is an MCP? You'll never need to remember this acronym again, but it is the Model Context Protocol. And all that means is when you go into your LLMs like Claude, LLM is a language learning model or a large language model, you can connect different platforms like your Google Drive or like your emails or directly into your computer and all of your computer files. Other apps and platforms like Salesforce or maybe your CRM has a connector. Marqii has a connector, and that just means that you can access all of your Marqii data and use your LLM and your AI assistants to do things for you in your Marqii dashboard without directly logging in. So you can do it all from the AI assistants and the tools that you're already using. So let's walk through how to get connected. It's super easy. You go into Claude or ChatGPT, or this works with other LLMs as well. I think the ones that people seem to use most are Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini. Like I said, it only works with the Gemini that's built for developers rather than the ones that we use in the general day-to-day. Go to your connectors, find Marqii, you can type it in, it'll come up, and then you'll be asked to sign in to your Marqii account to authorize the connection, and then that's it. So you put in your Marqii username and your password. I can't show this live because I've already connected mine, but we have videos available both in our help center and on in your client newsletter that you receive that walk you through this. So if you just go into the Marqii Help Center, help.marqii.com, type in MCP, you'll see the videos walking you through how to get that connected. And then you can, Nicole Prella wants to know, does it work with Chat Plus? I'm not sure, but we'll check and see. And the Marqii team, Jacqueline's going to find out right now. We'll have an answer for you momentarily, Nicole. So there's a few things you can do with this. You can get data out of Marqii, pull data from Marqii, anything that's available within our dashboard, you can look at. So you can say, how are my reviews looking? Pull all of my reviews across the last 3 months, give me the highlights. Are there anything I should be aware of? Tell me the top 3 improvements that I should make. Tell me what my best performing location is and what it's doing differently from my other locations based on my guest feedback. You can get into any sort of detail that you've wanted to do without creating custom reports. You can just have a conversation with your AI assistant and get that. You can say, give me a quick overview of how my business is performing. You can look at your listings engagement and pull that data. You can also push information and make updates in Marqii. So remove a menu item or update a price across all of your menus, or just update something for one location and not others. If you 86 a menu item, this is a really quick and easy way to do this. We'll share the recording after the call, Isabel, and I think we can share the deck. We should be able to email out the deck as well, but we'll certainly share the recording of this. Um, you can update your hours. You can schedule holiday hour updates. So you can ask Claude, hey, schedule in advance my Charlotte locations to be closed on Christmas Eve, but keep all of my other locations open. And it will create that scheduled change in Marqii and set it to go so that when it comes time for Christmas Eve, those are ready. You don't need to remember to do it. I am going to stop sharing now for a moment and switch the screen share to give some live examples here. We'll see how Claude does. One thing that I am not able to share with you because this is a demo account, so we don't have any other data in here, but I think one of the magic pieces of the MCP is you can combine your Marqii data with other data. So if, for example, you uploaded reports from your CRM, let's say, or from your POS portal. So if you use Toast and you want to say, upload all of your transaction reports from the past month into Claude and then compare it to your Marqii data and your reviews or your listings engagement or the clicks that you have on your Google Business profile, you can start to find correlations across different data sets and tools that maybe don't have an integrated dashboard, reporting dashboard. You can create your own custom dashboards that show everything across your business, from your performance on your listings to your click-throughs on how many people have clicked on your order button on your Google Business profile, or get directions to your store, and your guest feedback data, and your online ordering data, and your POS purchasing data, and put that all in a dashboard that you build in Claude so that you can see it all in one place. Isabel wants to know, if you upload a photo, will AI have the ability to add meta tags and descriptions for the photo? I believe so. I think you can ask Claude to do all of that, or ChatGPT, or I'm going to use Claude as an example because that's what I'm using to demo here, but it applies across anything. And I believe it will tell you if it's something it can't do. So let's dig into some examples here. Let's say I want to look at please pull all of my Marqii reviews. You should say Marqii so it knows which connector to pull it from the past 2 months, and give me the top 3 positive and 3 negative highlights. We'll see if this goes. If it's taking too long, we'll go into the preset example so that you don't have to listen to me vamp while we watch Claude think. There's a couple things that the MCP can't do, and we'll go into this afterward. All of these are security and permissions based. So things that you can give your team access to. They won't be able to change like the account level settings in your Marqii account from Claude or from an LLM or AI assistant. Those are things you still need to do within your Marqii dashboard. Okay, great. So we're looking at our demo account here. It's pulled all of our reviews in Marqii from the past 2 months. We have 39 reviews. It's giving us the average ratings. We have our top 3 highlights, negative highlights. We've got some perception of overpricing. That's good to know. This is not a real restaurant. We're not showing actual review data. This is something that we've populated. Do you want us to go deeper? Yeah, we could pull direct review links. We could get exact quote copy. I can say, is there any particular location that has more positive reviews than others. We don't need to do this all in real time, but you can learn, compare across locations, learn what's working at one location that could be translated over to your other locations that might not be performing as well. There's really anything that you've been curious about with your business, you can get into the nitty-gritty within this when it comes to what's available in Marqii. This is another one that I did here. We just have one location that has reviews, so we can't compare the locations here in this demo account. Here's an update that I did. So I wanted to find, there were no menu items with arugula, but I said, can you pull up any menu items that have pepperoni? Yep. Great. We have 2 menu items that have pepperoni in them. The price of pepperoni has gone up. I want to increase the price of my menu, both of those menu items by $1. Great. It's updated, both of them. Both of them are updated. Please show me. Let's see if it'll do this. I haven't tried doing this. Let's see if it works. A screenshot of the updated menu price. We're learning in real time what we can do and what we can't, and we're still learning as we go. So this is oh, can't take a screenshot for me, but we can open the menu item in Marqii directly to check, or we can check in the Google listing to see that it was updated. Since this is a demo account, there isn't a live Google listing, but we'll trust that it was done. Another example here is I compared Marqii. We publish a ton of best practices. We do these live sessions with the recordings. We have blog posts that go out every other week with best practice data about managing your listings, responding to all of your reviews. So I said, based on all the best practices that Marqii publishes, what should I improve on my listings? Is there anything that I need to fix? And it has given me a ton of recommendations. Again, because this is a demo account, we have some dummy websites in here, website.com, menu.com. It's calling that out so that we know these aren't real live menus. There's a typo here in the URL. We have 3 that are marked temporarily closed. You can double check what that looks like. We've got some connections that need to be updated. So you can also troubleshoot, if you want to make sure that all of your listings are still connected to Google or Apple Maps, see if your syncs are working. You can check all of that within the MCP as well. And then it will always offer to go deeper for you. Let's see, we've got some chat in the chat. It looks like Jacqueline's on it. And Greg is also saying if we provide Claude with a skill to do certain things, then you can build out specific skills and dashboards and things. Yes, Isabel. So I can show you in here how to connect it. Again, mine is already connected, but in Claude, we'll go back to the home here. So I'm at the home screen. You go to Customize, and then it says Connect, or you can go to Connectors right up here in the upper left. And then if I didn't already have Marqii here, I would hit the search button, search for Marqii. It would pop up, and I go here, and it would give me the option to connect instead of showing all of this connection information. We might be able to do it. Let's see. Here we go. So this is what it looks like if you're not connected. We hit connect. It pops up with your Marqii login here. I don't have my login information handy, so we're not going to show that, but see if I can copy paste it from somewhere else. We're rolling live, and I appreciate all of you being delightful and engaged while you watch me do this and experiment. Here we go. Sign in, and now I'm connected. These are all of the settings to allow, if you want it to be able to pull absolutely everything, this is all of the names for everything you can access with the Marqii MCP. If you don't want it to ask you all the time. You can click always allow. You can say needs approval. It will ask you every time there's a prompt, or you can block certain things if you don't want to access it through the MCP. So that's how you get it connected. I don't have ChatGPT pulled up, Isabel, but we have a video showing how to connect ChatGPT. If you go to help.marqii.com, or Maddie just linked to it in the chat, you can watch the video walking you through how to connect ChatGPT. It's very similar. So just a few steps, and you just have to log in with your Marqii account. This won't work if you don't have a Marqii login. Any other questions or examples that you want to see me try before we go back into the rest of our slide deck here and get out of the live demo? I'll give it a second if anybody wants to see a specific prompt. Okay, we'll go back to live demo. We can always do a few more at the end if we've got some specific requests. Get back in presentation mode here. Okay, we're back. Okay, so there's a couple of things that it can't do. Some things still require logging in section. There's a lot of things that we wanted to make sure we protected with privacy. So if you have permissions set within your Marqii account, if you've got somebody that only has access to certain amounts of your data but not others, if someone can only access listings but not reviews, those settings will carry over to the MCP and the connector. So if somebody is not allowed to see the review data for other locations, they can only see the review data for the one they're the general manager for, they'll only be able to access that review data for that location in Claude as well, or in ChatGPT, or etc. If you want to make a huge update, like update all of your menus across all 100 of your locations, it'll double confirm with you before doing it. So you won't just like have a, oops, I made a mistake. I've made a huge update. The things that you can't do in the MCP that still require you to log into the dashboard: account settings, changing passwords, changing user management settings, giving somebody access to one location or not another, anything like that. And then responding to reviews. You still have to log into the Marqii dashboard to respond to reviews. We have a lot built in natively with that review response, so we wanted to keep that in the Marqii dashboard. And then for security, if anybody's curious, we use OAuth 2.1, which is the industry standard protocol. Your data is protected, only you can see it. We can't see it. The Marqii team cannot see what you're typing into your LLMs. We can't see what requests you're making. We can't see how you're interacting with your Marqii data. It also means that if you're not quite sure about a prompt that you're using, we won't be able to see that to help. So if you do want help with that, you're welcome to reach out to support, but you'll have to explain to them and show them what you did. They won't be able to see the activity that's happening between you and your AI assistant, your LLM chats and prompts. So as we mentioned, we've got some other resources. Help.marqii.com is our help center. It's got a really good search function, so you can search MCP and find guides in there. You can also search like what you have access to or what kind of reports you can create in Marqii in general, or things about the Marqii dash. If you're not sure kind of what reporting or what data that we have, you might be able to find it in the help center. And then our blog, this is week 3 of a month-long MCP series that we're doing. We've written some blog posts with some guides and examples of prompts that you can do, both on the basic side and on the more complex side. So you can always find resources in the blog, and you can find best practices in there as well. And then if you have a deeper dive or questions that we don't have answers to yet, you can email us at support.marqii.com, or if you have an account manager, reach out to your account manager directly. You're also welcome to use the contact us form on our website. You can reach out to me directly. As you can see, I'm not an expert in this. We're all learning together, but I would be happy to dive into it with you if you'd like. You can find me on LinkedIn or Kelsey at marqii.com. It looks like Jacqueline found an answer for Isabel, the meta tag and descriptions for the photos. Yes, you can ask Claude to write those for you, or ChatGPT or your AI assistant, and they will include those in the photo uploads that you make in Marqii. Um, let's see, do we have any other questions in here? Could we request an MCP server URL tunnel if there's no connector for other LLMs? We do have the connector for ChatGPT. Um, there's a deeper discussion about Chat Plus. I'm not sure about that. We can certainly check with our product and engineering team. I know the Gemini connector, that is specifically a limitation from Google. They only allow connections to MCP servers from their, I believe it's called a CLI version of Gemini that's, again, built just for developers. Otherwise, I believe we connect to every other, the MCP works in the connectors for every other AI assistant and LLM that there is. If you find one that it doesn't, or if you are having trouble connecting, please reach out to us and let us know. We would love to know. There are dozens and dozens. We've tested on the primary main ones, but we would love to know if you find one that it doesn't connect to. Are there any other questions? Got great questions in the chat. Greg's jumping in with answers. I love the engagement, guys. This is amazing. What else would you like to know that we could potentially answer? Any Marqii folks that want to jump into the chat and tell me if I missed anything? Again, what I'm most excited to see in this is how what you can build with your Marqii data combined with your data from other platforms. I think that the magic is that we keep hearing from our restaurant partners is I want to be able to have a dashboard where I can view my loyalty program data, my guest feedback, and my CRM and my POS data all in one place. And so that's what I think is the most exciting piece of this is you can get really granular with that data and then make updates as you go. We've got some feedback here about Codex, about ChatGPT. I don't know that I can help troubleshoot live on the webinar here, but please do reach out to our support team and we can help you get connected. With Claude specifically, I know there was an outage earlier today that might still be lingering in some areas. It's working for me, but that could be a reason. We can dig into things in Codex or in Claude and ChatGPT. Greg is pointing out you may also, if your company has admin level settings, sometimes your admin needs to be the one to approve the connectors and set up the connectors instead of you doing it individually. So check with your admin for your company LLM if that is something that you're doing if you're logged into like on the corporate side versus your personal account. It looks like ChatGPT, it's available. We have the MCP available for pro, business, enterprise, and education, but admins might need to approve the custom connectors. What other questions does everyone have? Right. I don't see any more coming in. Well, we will be. So one of the things that we would love to have to improve the MCP is to hear from all of you how you're using it and how you want to use it. So one of the most valuable things for us is we've created essentially the open gate for all of you. Any information that is in Marqii outside of responding to reviews or those admin level settings is wide open for you to do whatever you want. So the next step for us is trying to create better guides and better videos for you showing examples. The best way for us to do that is to hear from you on what has worked for you. So if you create something with this MCP in Claude, in ChatGPT, in whatever your AI assistant of choice is, please send it to us. Send us a screen recording, send us a screenshot of your dashboard. We will be so excited to hear what you're doing. But as you can see, we don't have access to restaurant data outside of Marqii. So we are not able to show all of the intricacies and all of the amazingness that can happen when you do this data and you know your business so, so well. So we want to see the what you're doing and what you want to do more of so that we can build in those directions. Greg wants to know, is review response something that might be available in the future? It certainly could be. We'd love to hear if that's something that more people are finding is a need for them. You've more brand-owned control in your owned assistant. That makes total sense. Because we've trained the AI responder within Marqii, if you suggest or access to suggested review response, it's trained specifically for restaurants. So we have that natively in there. But that's something we could move into the MCP in the future. Please let us know if that's something that you'd like. Again, we would love to be able to share your examples with other restaurant users, other folks that are trying to find more ways to use their restaurant data, access their restaurant data, and break it down using their AI assistants. So please send us your examples, shout it out, post it on LinkedIn and tagged us. However you want to communicate with us, we are here for it and would love to see your use examples. And then we'll, of course, ask your permission before we share those with anyone else to make sure that that would be okay. But I think sometimes the best way to learn is from other restaurant operators and other teams that are using this with their own data. So we certainly don't want to get in the way of that. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Like we said, we'll send out this recording and we'll download the slides and send that out for you as well. If you do think of more questions or you need help with the connector, again, reach out to us at support@marqii.com, MARQII, or you can reach out to your account manager if you have an account manager, and we would love to help you. In the meantime, happy experimenting. I hope you enjoy this as much as we have. We've been nerding out for a while in our AI assistants and Claude and ChatGPT and Gemini to use this for you or use this with you. So please let us know what's working for you. And thank you so much.